Hello guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to the brand new video. Today I want to talk about my favorite watch in the collection. My very much loved Seiko bottle cap. This is not a real unboxing because I've had the watch for like 2.5 years now. Think of it more as a presentation of how I got the watch. Let's see. And I will talk a little more about the circumstances of how I got it and why I got it. First of all, it came in this nice bag actually. It held on good for the 2.5 years. And inside we have a cardboard box. Let's see. And it comes with the usual stuff. First we have the typical Seiko manual which is for a bunch of movements. You all know this one, so no need to talk more about it. And we have my warranty card. This is a fun fact. So I got this watch 22nd of December 61. Yeah, because I live in Thailand and I got this watch in Thailand, and here we count the years according to Buddha. So 61 translates to like, which one was it? 2017? Yep, 2017 for the rest of the world, but in Thailand it's 2561. That's kind of a weird thing around here. For like internal matters, we use the Buddha years, but for like international matters, we use the international years. For like, for example, my visa is all done to like I want to say normal years, but like that sounds weird. For like, let's say my visa is like 2020 and now it's valid until 2021. But on the other hand, my work permit, which I have to renew every year, it's valid until 2563. So you get the idea. And let's get on with it. Let's take out this box. This is a Seiko 5 watch, so nothing special. It's not a limited edition. It doesn't get a special box or anything. It's your typical Seiko box. The links that I had removed, and that's basically it. And there's like, for some reason, this piece of foam was in the box. I don't know why. Usually you get like those little cloth thingies to clean the watch, but this one had like foam for some reason. So here we are, the lovely Seiko bottle cap. First of all, let me tell you about the story. I got this watch retail. Yeah, I know, I paid extra. I paid a premium on it, but that's not important. Like, in my local Tesco, the place where I do my grocery shopping, just outside the checkout counters, there is a small kiosk. There's this guy selling watches there, and he usually has like cheap quartz pieces like Casios and other no-name brands, but for some reason he always has like a few Seikos. And the period that I got this, he had this one like in the center of his cabinet high up. This was his centerpiece. And every time that I went shopping for groceries, I do the checkout, I come out and I see this little beauty staring me right in the face. And I don't know, it's like an unusual shape. Not like all the other places and all the other watches. Like, I have always been interested in watches, and I always tend to like stop and look at all watch shops. But all other places where you see the SKXs, the Tunas, the Samurais, that's like your typical, and we're used to that. But this one, such an unusual look. Very unusual model for Seiko. You see, and it kind of plays the tricks on you. When you see just the watch, like this, with no context again about size, it looks small. but that's a trick. Actually, it's bigger. It's bigger than the SKX. When we put the two side by side, the bottle cap is bigger by a millimeter or two, but still, it's bigger. But when you see it on its own, it looks very small because like it has like tiny links. You don't have like and it's mostly just a circle. But the thing about it, like the main thing that tricks your eyes are the indices. Did you spot it before when I put them side by side? Let's see it again. You see the circular indices? They are really bigger on the Seiko. And that plays a big trick on you. Because when we're used to seeing watches, mostly when we deal with Seikos, the indices are this size. But this one, the indices are really bigger, maybe like by 30% bigger. And that's how your mind gets tricked. When you're looking at a watch and your brain is used to like the size of indices being like a certain size, and like that makes it look smaller. And it's not just that. It kind of has like the like a tuna feel. Mostly because it's just a circle with tiny imperceptible lugs, and it kind of looks like a tuna. No shroud, of course, which I like. And there are many things that I like about this watch. When we talk about tool watches, for me personally, like people say that the SKX is like the perfect tool watch. Yeah, I know, it's cheap and people use it as a beater watch, but just because you go to work with it, that doesn't make it a tool watch. On the other hand, this one doesn't have blue, doesn't have red, it's just steel, and mostly it's brushed steel. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but do the tools that you use have blue and shiny red on them? Or do they look like this one? What do you think? For me, this is the ultimate tool watch. And the bracelet is the only thing that disappoints me. Nothing special. It does the job. It's sturdy. It's all the same width all along. There's no tapering at all. It's okay. It's your usual bracelet. But they could have done. Apart from the bracelet, if we look at just the watch, it looks way more expensive than what it actually goes for. Well, I said that I paid retail for it, so let's see, it was like 15,000 Thai baht, which would come to like 350 US or 370 US. I know, you can get them way cheaper online. And now I'm looking at them, I see the same one. It goes for like 170, 180 US online. You can still get them. It's out of production, but you can still find them somewhere online. There are a few examples left. Anyway, what else do I say? Another thing that I like, when you look at it, it seems like the bezel is like one big piece. But no. If you do a closer look, it's actually an insert. It has an insert in it. But they did it in the same bare stainless steel look. So it kind of looks like one big piece. Like bezel. And the indents on the bezel insert, they are indented. And we have filled with black paint. Well, no lume pip on the bezel because it's a Seiko 5. So we don't really get that on the Seiko 5s. Which would be nice. The dial is pretty nice. It has like the plain Seiko, the 5 logo. And under that we have Sport in red. And down automatic 21 joules, 100 meters. We have the crown. Is not a screw down crown. is your usual Seiko 5 crown, but the movement is, many people consider it better than the SKX because it's hackable and unwindable. One special thing about this one, there are many special things, as I said before. I like the hands. We have like old school traditional sword hands. And the indices, I like how they did the 9 o'clock indices, like plain rectangle. And when we look at the 3 o'clock indice, we can see that the date wheel is white with black printing, and the day wheel is black with white printing, which does wonders for the symmetry. We have the small square indice and the date wheel. They are kind of the same size with the 9 o'clock indice, and it looks symmetrical, which they should do more on the other models. And I wanted to show you like the day wheel. This is the special day wheel. We have English and Latin numerals, which I know many people consider this the most desirable combination. Most of the watch is brushed steel with a few. We have on the side of the case some polishing, but most of it is brushed, which really goes with the tool watch look. And the back, we have an open case back. We can see the movement. It's not decorated at all. It's just plain. It's just a plain Seiko movement, but it's nice to see. And when we talk about like the marine look, when everybody likes to talk about watches that divers need to look like portholes, like submarine portholes or ship portholes, when I hear that, I think about this one. For me, this really looks like a porthole. Not just the case back, but also the lugs kind of integrated into it. Like the lugs look kind of like handles on the side of the porthole. Those were my initial impressions of the Seiko bottle cap. And I don't know why, I don't see many people doing videos on these. For me, the design is clearly spectacular. Way better than the SKX design. I prefer this one over the SKX any day. And I don't know why this watch isn't more popular. It looks more expensive than it is. The design is great. So many things that make it stand out. It really needs to be more popular. Anyway, I hope you guys liked my little rant. Take care and catch you in the next one.